Ang lungsod Vigan ang kabisera ng Ilocos na napabilang sa talaan ng pamanang pandaigdig ng UNESCO noong 1999. Kinilala ito bilang pinakamagandang halimbawa ng nabubuhay pang ipinlanang bayang kolonyal na itinatag ng mga Espanyol sa Asya. Ang disenyo at arkitektura nito ay walang katulad sa alinmang bayan sa silangan at timog silangang Asya at mailalarawan bilang pagsasanib ng mga elementong pangkultura mula sa mga bayan sa Asya at Europa. Isa sa pinakamatandang bayan sa bansa, ang lungsod Vigan, ay itinatag noong 1572 ng Kastilang si Juan de Salcido bilang isang sentro ng kalakalan sa relihiyong Ilocos. Naging lunsaran ito ng kalakalang galyon sa pagitan ng Acapulco at Maynila. Bukod sa kalakalan ng mga produktong, nagsilbing daluyan din ito ng palitan ng mga tao at kultura ng iba't ibang bansa. Tinawag ni Salcido itong Villa Ferdinandina bilang parangal sa unang anak na lalaki ni Haring Felipe II ng Espanya. Ang Vigan ay isa ring matandang kabisera ng buong Ilocos nung hindi pa ito nahahati sa dalawang lalawigan. Ang salitang Vigan ay nagmula sa kabigaan o lugar na maraming tanim na biga, isang uri ng bungang ugat na gaya ng gabi. Ang matatandang bahay na bato at kalsada ng lungsod Vigan ay nahahawig sa makikita sa Intramuros, Maynila. Dahil dito, tinagurian ito ngayong Intramuros sa Hilaga. Dinarayo rin sa Vigan ang matandang katedral na may malalaking imahin ng mga istasyon ng krus na nililok ng kamay. Gayon din ang malalaking burnay at hinabing tila Ilocana. Vigan is the most intact example in Asia of a planned Spanish colonial town. Established in the 16th century, its architecture reflects the coming together of cultural elements from the elsewhere in the Philippines and from China with those of Europe and Mexico to create a unique culture and townscape without parallels anywhere in East and Southeast Asia. An important trading post before the colonial era, Vigan is located at the river delta of Abra River, along the northwestern coastline of the main island of Luzon. In the province of Ilocos, Philippine archipelago, the total area of the inscribed property is 17.25 hectares. The traditional Hispanic checkerboard street plan opens up into two adjacent plazas. The Plaza Salcido is the longer arm of an L-shaped open space with the Plaza Burgos as the shorter. The two plazas are dominated by the St. Paul's Cathedral, the Archbishop Palace, the City Hall, and the Provincial Capitol Building. The urban plan of the town closely conforms with the Renaissance grid plan specified in the Ley de las Indias for all new towns in the Spanish Empire. There is, however, a noticeable difference between Vigan and contemporary Spanish colonial towns in Latin America in the historic core, known as the Mestizo District, where the Latin tradition is tempered by strong Chinese, Ilocano, and Filipino influences, and its name implies this district was settled by affluent families of mixed Chinese Ilocano origin. The area contains the historic footprint of the entire town and consists of a total of 233 historic buildings tied strung along a grid of 25 streets. The two-story structures are built of brick and wood with a stiffly fixed roof reminiscent of traditional Chinese architecture. The exterior walls of the upper story are enclosed by window panels of copy shells framed in wood which can be slid back for better ventilation. Most of the existing buildings were probably built in the mid-18th to late 19th centuries due to the economic decline of Vigan as an economic center after the World War II. Only a few of the historic buildings had internal reorganization for alternative use. The Chinese merchants and traders conducted their business for shops, offices, and storerooms on the ground floors of their houses, with the living quarters above. In addition to the domestic and commercial architecture, Vigan possesses a number of significant public buildings which also show multicultural influences. Vigan is unique for having preserved much of its Hispanic colonial character, particularly its grid street pattern and historic urban layout. Its significance also lies on how the different architectural influences are blended to create a homogeneous townscape.